Hello and welcome back into our latest challenge on this channel. The name of this challenge will be the City Economical Hatchback or Eco City Hatchback. So before we start with all of the rules for this build and for this challenge and how to participate with it, I would love to tell you, please enjoy the video, focus on the rules, don't forget and don't break any rules if you want to participate. And if you want to participate, I'm going to tell you all of this at the end, so please hit that like button, get subscribed, share the video if you want to share it, and of course have fun making it and get creative. Alright, so the rules are very simple, but this is not an easy challenge. I'm telling you right now, it requires a bit of engineering, a bit of thinking, and a bit of cool styling, because I don't want a dumb looking car, I want a good looking car. Let's see, the rules are very simple. The chassis should be simple, not expensive, no alien or high-end materials. Very simple materials, very simple chassis. So the materials are, everything is allowed except for fiberglass or carbon fiber. These are not allowed. Fiberglass and carbon fiber not allowed. Moving on, the chassis type, any chassis type is allowed except light truck and space frame. These two are not allowed because this is for sports cars and racing cars, and this is for pickup trucks. These two are not allowed. The chassis materials, as I mentioned, no high-end materials, so no glued aluminium and no carbon fiber chassis material. The same goes for the panels, no carbon fiber and no fiberglass. Moving on, engine placement, any placement you want is allowed. For suspension, front and rear suspension, everything is allowed, even pushrod. But remember, you need to keep in mind, because there is a production unit, a production limit and an engineering time limit. At the end, I'm going to tell you at the end of the build. Moving on. The quality, well, you can go minus quality if you want. You can go minus, like maximum -3 quality on everything. You can go -3 quality on everything. If you want to go plus, you can go plus quality if you want, but remember the production limit and the engineering time limit. Moving on, the engine. You can use any engine you want, anything. V8, V6, Boxer 6, Boxer 4, inline, any kind of inline, anything you want on the engine design. Second, the block material. Well, you can use any material if you want. I'm not kidding, any material you want, but keep in mind the total car production time and engineering time. Yes, you have a limit on that, so keep that in your mind. Family capacity. Well, keep it lightweight, don't go oversized, so your engine will not be that heavy, because you don't want a heavy car, because there is a total weight on the car. There is a total weight car limit, so don't break that as well. I'm going to tell you that at the end of the build. Any head and valve is allowed, any number of valves is allowed, any material here is allowed. So the engine, yeah, anything is allowed in the engine, anything so far. The crankshaft, connecting rods and pistons, well, billet steel, titanium and only billet steel and titanium. These two are not allowed. Billet steel and titanium are not allowed. Everything else is allowed. As I mentioned, you can go plus, or if you want to go minus, you can go -3 if you want. All of these are allowed. You can choose any option you want here. Moving on, you can go turbocharged, you can go naturally aspirated, but please remember, if you are building a turbocharged engine, please make it efficient. Don't give me a laggy engine. Don't give me a super big turbo that requires a ton of RPM to spin. Make it simple, make it efficient, and focus on fuel economy. Moving on. Well, only fuel injection is allowed, no carburetors, only fuel injection. Configuration, only single throttle body and only standard intake manifold, because we are not building a high performance economical car. Now we are building a city car with a quiet engine. We don't want to use a noisy engine or noisy intake manifold or noisy intake system. So only standard, only single. The fuel type, only 91 octane fuel. Remember that, only 91. I don't want to use 95, 98 or anything else. 91 only. I'm using RON, not AKI. Remember to switch your calculation settings to RON. 91 RON, not AKI. Remember that. Fuel mixture, ignition timing, RPM, this is your own options. Now the exhaust system should be cheap and should be also efficient and quiet. So keep in mind that your loudness points should be less than 28. Remember that. And the catalytic converter, well, you can use any catalytic converter, but please remember, don't choose the none option. You have to use twin mufflers. Yeah, how can I say it? You have to use a first muffler and you have to use a second muffler. Don't give me for example, if you are using like a V engine, a V8 or a V6 or any V engine, you have the option of single or dual exhaust. You can go dual exhaust if you want, but remember, you have to use a first muffler and a second muffler, and you have to use a catalytic converter. Anyone will do, twin, three-way or high flow three-way, but don't give me an expensive car. Moving on, or expensive engine. Alright, so we have the final results for the engine. Your engine, my friends, should not exceed 200 kilograms. Yes, my friends, should not exceed 200 kilograms. Yes, my friend, 200 only. Moving on, then your engine should be reliable, should be very efficient, more than 28%. Remember, more than 28%. Less than 28, I'm not gonna accept the engine. More than 28 will be very acceptable. As I mentioned, your noise should be less than 28 points for the noise. Throttle response or the smoothness, well, the smoother the better. I'm not gonna judge, but the smoother the better, of course. Throttle response, I don't care here. Now, engineering time, production limits, these are actually these I don't care about them so much, because what I do really care about is the total car production limit and the production on the engineering time. So I'm gonna say here, don't exceed let's say 50 points on the production, and don't exceed like 40 points on the engineering time. Yeah, don't exceed those. Yeah, don't exceed those. Or you know what? No. You know what? No. These are unlimited. You can go any high you want here, but because you will be affected at the end. So yeah, you can go anything you want here, but keep it simple. I mean, don't exceed like 100 or something like this. So keep it simple. There is no limit here. Your limit for the engineering time and production unit and production limits are not here at the end of the video, at the end of the build, when you finish the total car. Moving on, you can choose well, the challenge is a hatchback, so please choose a hatchback with 4 doors, not 2 doors. I'm not talking about the trunk or the boot. No, I'm not talking about only the passenger doors. You have to use 4 doors for the passengers. No 2 doors, only 4 doors. Any styling you want, but it should be hatchback with 4 doors. You can make it sporty, you can make it boring, you can make it efficient. Any headlights, any tail lights is allowed. The color also, any color you want, but please choose a basic color. Don't give me like this kind of colors. No, choose basic colors like white, red, blue, green, something like this. Basic lights only, basic colors only. Moving on, as I mentioned, you can choose any fixture you want. You can put a front lip, you can put a rear spoiler, a rear lip, but please keep it simple. Don't give me like a race mobile, or don't give me a racing car. No, it's a car for the city. Moving on, well, the drive type, you can choose rear wheel drive, you can choose all wheel drive, you can choose also front wheel drive, any drive type, but no 4x4. The gearbox, you can go advanced automatic or manual. You can go advanced automatic or manual, but remember, automatic these days in 2018 is more favorable, because well, people wants to drive the car, like women or old people, new guys or new girls that got their license new. So not all people wants to drive manual gearbox. Yes, of course, petrol heads and car enthusiasts, all of us prefer manual gearbox, because you can feel the shifts and you can absolutely enjoy driving anywhere. But in general, people these days prefer automatic gearbox. So yes, you have the option to go manual or to go advanced automatic only. Ratios, this is your own option. You can choose any ratio you want, but please remember Remember, the production year should be 2020. I forgot to mention that the production year should be 2020 on everything, the engine, the chassis, and the whole car. Top speed, this is your own option. Differentials, well, you can go open or you can go geared limited slip differential. But if you remember, if your engine is like a tiny 4-cylinder engine, you don't need limited slip differential. And remember, this will add some engineering time. Check out the engineering time. And the open differential is 0.50. And the limited slip differential, the geared one, this is the only option allowed with the differential. So you open or differential, this is 2.67. And the production units for the open is 2.0. This is 6.0. So yes, it will cost you more and it will make your car to require more engineering time. So yes, get creative and focus on the limits. Don't exceed the limits. The tires, of course, because it's a city car, only hard long life tires, only radial hard long life tires, and only steel rims. Don't go alloy or magnesium or carbon fiber, because I want to keep it simple, cheap, reliable. So any tire width, anything else here, any rim, any size for the tire, anything if you want here, but only radial hard long life with steel rims. As you can see, I went with -1 quality here, so you can go -3 as I mentioned on everything. The brakes, any brakes are allowed, any one of them except carbon ceramic. Carbon ceramic is not allowed because this is for high performance cars. So any option you want. As you can see, I went with solid front discs and drum rear brakes, as you can see. So you can choose this option. Size, pad type, brake base, and please remember to balance your brakes. And as you can see, I went actually with -5 quality. No, it should be -3. I forgot. Yeah, it should be -3 here because my father actually helped me with this car. As already have seen on my Discord, I've told everyone that I already did a hatchback, but my father came to me and he told me to scrap my hatchback, and he made this actually. Very elegant, very simple. That's his own styling actually. But I made my touches like the badges and door handles, side mirrors. Yeah, but the front, the rear, the rims, all of these are his own option. His own options. Yeah. All right. So -3 quality, not -5. And the under tray. The maximum you can go is semi-clad under tray. You can go none or semi-clad under tray only. Don't use off-road or fully clad or downforce. Well, if you are using like a rear spoiler or a front lip, no, you can't choose active rear wing, but you can choose cooling flaps if you want. It will add some engineering time and reduction units, but you have to keep your mind on the limits. So you can choose anything you want. You can add front wing angle, you can add rear wing angle, it's up to you. But remember that you don't want to kill fuel economy, because increasing these two will actually kill fuel economy. It will make the car more thirsty, so it's not in your favor. Cooling airflow should be always 55, and the brake airflow always 100. Remember, 55, 100 always. Quality 0, you can go -3 or plus whatever you want. Now, interior. Well, since this is a city hatchback, you can go with basic. You can go basic interior, basic infotainment, or you can go standard and standard infotainment, and you can mix and match between those four. Only these four. And please remember, rear bench and 2 front seats. It's a 5-seater car. Anything different than this number here, this 5, I'm gonna disqualify the car. It should be a 5-seater, rear bench, front 2 seats. Moving on. Power steering, you can go hydraulic or variable hydraulic. It's up to you. These 2 options only. Traction and aids. This is because the government always force any car manufacturers to have ABS and traction control. So this is your only option here. You can go minus, plus, whatever you want. Safety, you can go basic double OS, and then you can go double zeros, and you can go basic 10s, you can go standard 10s, and that's it. Don't go advanced, because it will make the car super expensive and super heavy. Yes, don't go with advanced. Only basic and standard. but don't choose none. Moving on. The springs, well, you have the only standard and progressive. The dampers, any option. The sway bars, any option except off-road. This is your own setup here. Choose whatever you want here, and the final result. All right. The market, which is super new to me, because I always judge the cars myself. I always judge like the best cars, like which is the best car to, you know, in its options, whatever. This time I'm gonna let Automation Game decide the winner, because let me show you something. This is the market here. Please, when you make your car, don't choose Gazminia, choose Furinia. Go to Furinia. This is the region that you are going to sell your car in it. All right, choose Furinia. Choose 20% on the margin to get the final price for the car. Now, the rules are the production units for the car. This is the limits. These are the important limits. The production units, please don't exceed 90 points. Yes, you can go 88, 89, 89.9, perfect. 90, I'm gonna accept it. 90.01, you will be disqualified. Don't exceed 90 on the production units, and don't exceed 35 on the engineering time. Remember that. Don't exceed 90, don't exceed 35. Those are your limits. Yes, because the engine, the higher, the more expensive, the more high-tech engine that you are using, it will affect these. So keep your mind that make your engine perfect, make your car and your chassis and your body and everything else perfect, and don't exceed 90 here, and don't exceed 35 here. Second of all, the fuel mileage. Please make your car to go more than, remember that, more than 35 miles per gallon. This is US miles per gallon. Yes, choose US miles per gallon, and then please make sure that your car will exceed 35 miles per gallon. Less than 35, I'm not going to accept it, because we are making an economical city car. The emissions, well, the lower the better. You're using 91 octane fuel only. Reliability should be above 70. Remember that, above 70, no less than 70. Practical, your car should be very practical, very drivable. A little bit of sporty, like more than 15 will be perfect. More than 20 on comfort will be perfect. Prestige, well, I don't care here, but I care about the safety. More than 40, more than 40 will be perfect. What else? All right, so the total price. Please make sure that your car will not go above $13,000 with 20%, margin in Furinia. Remember that. Well, your car should never ever exceed $13,000. The lower than 13, it will be better. I mean, the cheaper the better. I don't want you to make like the cheapest car in the world, but I want you to make a car that is very good to drive, very efficient, as you can see, 38 miles per gallon, low on emissions, and less than $13,000 with 20%. Remember to set it to 20% in Furinia. Right, so if you want, so my judgment points for this car will be, I'm gonna judge the driving, and I'm gonna let Automation Game judge your work. So after you choose all of these specs here, after you are happy with the specs, go to the market, set it to Furinia, set it to 20%, and then pinpoints or set a pin on City and City Eco. I don't care about anything else, not computer, not family, anything else, just City Eco, and then go back here and adjust everything to get the highest points in City Eco and City. Don't mind my points. I mean, I can go higher than 117. I made another hatchback, but I'm not gonna reveal that until the end, until the final result and when I test all of your cars. So yeah, I made another one that I exceeded so much more than this. So the higher you go in the City and the City Eco, the better. So these 2 points. The winner the winner of the challenge will get the highest points here. So the higher you go here, the better. But of course, remember, you don't go super high here, because the suspension tune, if you want to go super high here, the game will require you to make your car to go understeer. Don't give me a car with so much understeer, because to go perfect here, the game wants you to go with an understeer car, with a car that understeers so hard. I don't want that. So you need to find the silver lining between a car that drives perfectly without, with so little understeer, and the highest points here. Remember that the winner of this challenge will get, should have the highest numbers here, and of course a superbly car to drive on the track and on the road. So the game will judge your car here according to all of your specs, and I myself, I'm gonna drive your car in BeamNG.drive and judge your car over there. If it does understeer, if it does oversteer, if the brakes are rubbish, if they are good, I'm gonna judge all of that. So remember, get the highest points here, don't exceed $13,000, and don't exceed 90 points here, and don't exceed 35 points here, and with everything else that I've said. So that's pretty much it for the challenge. Get creative, don't exceed any of the limits, and don't break any rules, and well, get creative, go nuts, show me what you got. Remember that. Remember that, don't go over $13,000, because we want everyone to buy the car. We don't want everyone to run away from it. So as you can see, I've chosen multi-point, not DFI. I kept it simple, 1.6 liter engine. Actually, this is my father's option. He wanted a 1.6 liter option, because my other car used a total different option and naturally aspirated, not turbocharged. But my father wanted that, so that's his car. And also I'm gonna drive this one at the end video when I drive all of your cars. So thank you so much guys for watching. Get creative, and now I will tell you how to participate in this challenge. So make your own car. After you finish your own car and you are happy with the results and everything here, go check out press this summary button and press this export car. You press this button, and then I want this file, the Gilia or whatever your car name, this one, the .car file. Go to this location here and give me this file. Well, don't send it on my email, because as I mentioned in all my previous videos and my current previous videos, I told you add me on my Discord. Go to Google Discord. It's a program to download on your desktop or your mobile. It's like a chatting program for gamers. Download Discord and add me. My username is LordBas94, Lord BAS94, and my number is 7614. Search for me. Search for my username and my number. You have to write them both, LordBas94, and then you have to write 7614. Search for me and add me on Discord, so I can add you on the group, and so you can submit your file on the group. There is a special group for chatting and a special group for the rules, if you want to read all of the rules, and also another group for submitting your file. Don't worry, just add me and you will be added to all of these three groups automatically. Don't worry about it. So make your car, verify that you haven't broken any rules, and send me the .car file on Discord, on that special on our new channel group. You can chat with everyone over there. You can discuss the channel with everyone that participated on the group, and of course you can read the rules, and you can submit your file over there. So the deadline for the challenge today, let's see, what's the calendar? So today is Thursday. It's 5:27 p.m. right now. Alright, so the deadline should be Saturday 7 p.m. plus 3 GMT time. So today is, right now it's Thursday, 5:28 p.m. according to my local time. So the deadline, the challenge will finish at Saturday 7 p.m. plus 3 GMT, my local time. That's my local time plus 3 GMT. At 7 p.m. I'm not gonna accept any more cars. So thank you so much for watching. Remember, get creative and don't break any rules, and send me your finished product on my Discord channel group over there. So thank you so much, and goodbye for now, my friends.